Hi everyone, I'm Clarke Wolfe and you're watching The Pop Fix. Movie franchises. Not only are they the bread and butter of the film industry, but they are also an oh-so-important component to my favorite genre, horror. Think about all the horror franchises. Halloween, Friday the 13th, The Nightmare on Elm Street, Jaws, Hellraiser, Psycho, Hostel, Saw. I could probably go on forever. A lot of times in horror, the first installment of the movie is awesome. A great villain, badass scares, a tightly wound and innovative story that has you on the edge of your seat. That movie makes a huge splash, and tens of millions of dollars, probably shot on a tiny budget. Studios say, bring me another one. And voila, a franchise is born. But it's often the case that the sequel is less than awesome and 5 movies later, critics hate it and the fans are bored. My favorite horror franchise just produced the 5th installment in the series. Paranormal Activity: The Marked Ones hit theaters on January 3rd, and although it's being billed as a spin-off, make no mistake, it is definitely part of the bigger franchise. And even though by all accounts Paranormal 4 was terrible, The Marked Ones has definitely set the franchise back on track, and I'm willing to bet it has rebuilt goodwill just in time for Halloween 2014, when Paranormal Activity 5 will be released. So, in honor of The Marked Ones, let's discuss the worst I read about the Paranormal Activity franchise. When the first Paranormal Activity movie came out in 2009, the reviews were mostly positive. But of course, someone had to rain on the Blumhouse parade. New York Times critic A.O. Scott was definitely in the minority, giving the low-budget horror flick a negative review, calling it a crudely made, half-clever little frightener. Come on, man, even Roger Ebert liked Paranormal Activity. Is the movie perfect? Of course it's not! It was made for $15,000! But calling it half-clever is kind of a dick move, as the movie is basically a modern-day retelling of a haunted house classic. Barely any blood, very little on-screen violence, just good old-fashioned things that go bump in the night kind of scares. Especially in the wake of quote-unquote torture porn like Hostel and Saw, which is also BS. Sometimes I wonder what exactly critics want from the horror genre. They don't like graphic violence on screen, but they make fun of a movie when the tension comes from creep factor versus gore. Parents just don't understand. So, a movie made for about 15 grand rakes in almost $108 million in the US alone. That, my friends, is what you call a gold mine. Ka-ching. So of course, Paranormal Activity 2 was immediately greenlit. Now here's the thing, and I won't lie to you, I hated this idea at first. Another Paranormal Activity movie? Are we really gonna run this one into the ground just like they did with Saw? But I tell you what, the direction that they took this franchise was brilliant. The sequel isn't really a sequel. Parts of the second film overlap with the events of the first. Instead of rehashing the first film with another couple in another house, the writers legitimately created a mythology that we find out goes back generations. And that, my friends, was genius. Now, I'll admit I'm in the minority when it comes to my love for Paranormal Activity 2, but the main criticism is that the sequel didn't cover any new ground. And Variety critic Dennis Harvey said that the film demonstrated too little imagination. No new ground? Too little imagination? This is the definition of new ground and imagination. The filmmakers literally imagined a multi-generation long mythology. That's some Godfather saga shit, yo! Anyway. Paranormal Activity 3, the franchise is good again. Whatever. But despite a 68% fresh rating on the tomato meter, some old guys like Roger Ebert, God rest his soul, felt like they needed to throw a little side-eye at the franchise. Ebert said in his review for 3, inexplicably, there are still people who haven't had enough of these movies. The first was a nifty novelty. Now the appeal has worn threadbare, giving Paranormal Activity 3 a score of 1 out of 4 stars. Come on! The rotating fan gag? That shit was amazing! And I definitely haven't had enough of these movies. Katie and Christy's mom, Dennis, their grandmama, and her lady friends. There is so much awesome story here. Of course, I haven't had enough. If the critics were smart, they would have saved their venom for when it was really deserved, and that opportunity most definitely presented itself in Paranormal Activity 4. Guys, woof. Non-Dennis Harvey Variety critic Jeff Berkshire hit the nail on the head, saying that 4 was less reliant on slow burn suspense and larded with fake jump scares. Also noting that 4 was the first sequel in the series that fails to advance the overall mythology in any meaningful way. Word, Jeff Berkshire. And that's important because that's what makes this franchise special. I get writing off a series of movies when the formula has become guy in a mask, kill teenagers, repeat. But let's give credit where credit's due. Paranormal Activity, Save Number 4, has imagination coming out of the wazoo. And I tell you what, if I ever get my Grandma Lois prequel, I am going to lose my mind. Witches hanging out with demons in the 60s? So tell me, are there any other Paranormal Activity fans out there? What did you think of the marked ones? And where would you like to see the franchise go? Let me know in the comments below. That's all from me for today, friends. Thanks for watching. I'm Clarke Wolfe, and until next time, what's your fix?